You want healthy, glowing skin, but with all the products, trends, and conflicting advice, it's hard to know what actually works. I understand. I am Dr. Tina Meder, a former cardiologist and specialist in the skincare development and cosmetic safety expert. I've spent years studying the science of skin. Welcome to Meder Beauty podcast, where we uncover what really matters, break down the science, and give you real expert-backed skincare advice. Whether you're looking to achieve radiant, healthy skin, curious about anti-aging, or want to understand what's really in your product, you are in the right place. Rooted in science and the truth about what your skin actually needs, we'll have in-depth conversations with leading dermatologists, medical experts, and skincare brand founders to bring you the latest innovations, evidence-based insights, and industry secrets that truly make a difference. We are so happy you are here. So let's go! Hello everyone, and welcome to the new episode of the Meder Beauty podcast. And today I feel so lucky because the guest today is Dr. Brandon Khong from London.
Hi, everyone.
And if I will get some description about Dr. Brandon, I will say that I heard that you've been called by few people the King of Glow in London.
Thank you.
And you are the doctor of the very new generation, who is best known for subtle but really transformative results. And your signature glass skin glow, and you are the member of the Royal College of Physicians and the British College of Aesthetic Medicine, right?
Yeah.
And you already built a reputation for combining very advanced treatments like laser treatment, Ayurveda, Neo-Elite, and you are passionate about intelligent skincare, which is so rare amongst dermatologists and aesthetic doctors who are very often they are so conservative. So when I met you, I think finally new generation is coming. So please tell more about yourself.
I'm Dr. Brandon Khong. I am an aesthetics doctor based here in London. I was born and bred in Singapore, and I came to London to do all my studies, my medical school, and I completely fell in love with aesthetic medicine because of my own journey with my skin. I used to suffer from really bad acne, and that was one of the reasons how I got to know.
Possible to imagine now you have such a absolutely flawless, perfect skin.
Thank you. But it takes work. The daily kind of skincare treatments that I do, my infinite treatments I do once a month, the things that I do a couple of times a year, you really have to put in effort, I think, to get really healthy, great skin. I think the term glass skin has been thrown a lot in press and everywhere else. But one of the questions I get asked a lot is, how do I get glass skin? Forget about just the glossy kind of look that we all kind of love. It's about skin health. So a lot of times I tell patients or even journalists and editors, if you get your skin healthy, everything else is going to fall into place after. So for me, it's really prioritizing skin longevity and skin health before you get the aesthetic look of the glass skin and glowy skin. And I think that kind of niche I've carved out is what I'm really going for.
It is really niche. It sounds like a biohacking. So you are not limited yourself and your passions by only some aesthetics. That's much more global, right? How do you explain your philosophy to your patients?
I think when I first started doing aesthetics, I worked in a different clinic, and we didn't have a lot of treatments available for all skin colors. And I always felt as though I'm shortchanging my patients. And when I set up my own clinic, one of the biggest things that I said to myself was, being a minority myself, I know how it is to go to a clinic and say, you know what, we've got A, B, C, D, E treatments, but C, D, E is not available for you because of your skin color. It's not really fair. So when I set up my own clinic, one of the main things that I wanted to really set out to do was to provide treatment that going to be available for everyone across the board, skin Fitzpatrick 1 through 6, and to be able to deliver these treatments safely and effectively. I always tell my patients, my number one priority is safety. After it's safe, is it effective? Because if it's safe but not effective, what's the point?
Yeah, but it is
Conversely-
effective but not safe.
Exactly. Conversely, if it's effective but not safe and it's got a big risk profile, I've got too much anxiety to actually perform those treatments. So for me, all of my treatments available in clinic are available for all skin colors. I always talk about skincare with my patients whenever they come to clinic during a consultation. And whenever I have patients with a lot of inflammatory skin conditions like acne, rosacea, melasma, I always turn to a lot of the Meta products because these are products which they work so harmoniously with my in-clinic treatments. And I always tell my patients, you don't go to the dentist once a year and not brush your teeth.
Yeah,
At the
that's
same
true.
time, we have to do it. You have to do your homework too, because you want to clear your skin from acne or rosacea or melasma. You got to you got to put in some effort too. I can only do so much. So in having that combination of home skincare and also the in-clinic treatments, we've seen really great results from the patients, and the satisfaction is amazing.
That's so great. And for me, it sounds so different from many of aesthetic doctors I met through years, and especially in aesthetic conferences. Every time when I listen to someone speaking about retinol and vitamin C like one fits all solution, I'm so tired already because first time I heard about it, I was young brunette on high heels, and look at me now. It's almost 35 years later, and they're still speaking about this one-fits-all solution, retinol and vitamin C. And what I really love, how open-minded you are, and how open you are to the idea of the innovative skincare. And it is very interesting approach because, as I can see, many of aesthetic professionals, they are afraid to combine energy-assisted treatments with skincare. And I understand it is for a reason, because if you start to combine active retinol treatment with laser treatment, that can be catastrophic. But with your approach, it sounds so much easier, but in the same time, much more scientific. So probably more complicated. So maybe you can explain how you start, and first of all, what are these energy-assisted treatments which you love so much and which create this amazing effect?
Sure. So in my clinic, I have the Aerolase Neo Elite, which is a phenomenal laser that has come over from the US. For those who like a little bit more of the technical stuff, it's basically a 1064 nanometer Nd:YAG laser. But what's very unique about it is not just the wavelength, it's the pulse duration. So it's got a 650 microsecond pulse duration. And as we know, the skin has a thermal relaxation time of about 800 milliseconds. So when it has a shorter pulse duration, you are able to deliver the energy deeper into the dermis of the skin, not just hit the surface of the skin as in many other lasers. And you're not affecting the epidermis, and you're not bulk heating your surrounding tissue. What does this mean for darker skin patients? This means that you're not upsetting your melanocytes. You're not stressing them so much that they cause hypo or hyperpigmentation, which is exactly what we don't.
Yeah.
And when I first heard about the Aerolase and really looked into it at one of the conferences, this was what really stood out to me. And 3 months into starting my own clinic, I thought, my God, I wish other clinic is going to do that. 3 months into your own clinic, it's brand new. Am I ready to take on a laser? And by faith, I remember having a chat to my mom, and she was like, if you have faith that this is going to help people, do it. We are here to support you. And I thought, you know what? Let's just do it. So signed the papers, and within the first 2 months, the number of people I helped with the acne and melasma and rosacea, it made all the money just worth it. And what I love about the Aerolase Neo is that I can combine it with so many different other treatments. So because the epidermis has not been affected, I can even do things like a gentle peel. I can do microneedling if I wanted to, absolutely. And it's safe, it's effective, and patients don't walk out of my clinic looking red and scary looking. Sometimes with my rosacea patients or acne patients, they walk out saying, I walk out less red than I first walked in. I've never had
It's so important.
Exactly.
Because it really affects the quality of the life, and people are afraid to go for the treatment because they're afraid of this post-op period. So
Absolutely.
it really makes a whole difference.
And I think what's very unique about the laser as well, it's of its anti-inflammatory properties. So many other lasers, they can target things like water and melanin and then your hemoglobin. What's unique about the arrow lasers is that it targets all of these three things simultaneously.
So it can see different chromophores.
Yep, exactly. So it does it all simultaneously. Going back, let's say 15 years, when I first started being a consumer in aesthetics, if you have acne, you do one laser. You got melasma, you do another laser. You've got rosacea, you do another laser. What if someone has all three issues? When I had got the arrow laser, I was like, oh my God, it does it all at the same time. So, I've got patients who post-pregnancy, for example, they suffer from acne and also worsen of melasma. They come to me, we do a couple of sessions of arrow laser. They're like, I feel like it's targeting all these things all at once. And to me, that's important. You don't want patients to be spending X amount of money with so many different lasers for one session. It's not worth the money.
Like you say, it's not fair, right? If you suffer from three conditions simultaneously, it doesn't mean then it should be so much more expensive for you. So ROEs, it's a real solution as a problem. And do you need some preparation for such procedures, or you can start from the first consultation?
You can start from the first consultation. The only real kind of contraindication I would say is people who wear fake tan. So absolutely no fake or self-tanner on the skin because it makes the skin darker and it absorbs more of the laser energy. Obviously, people who are pregnant or breastfeeding is a contraindication as well.
Yeah, it just safety goes first.
Absolutely.
But do you see many people using fake tan nowadays?
No, not a lot, but you have a handful here and there.
Because I spent a long time in the States, in Florida, and I was a little bit surprised how popular is fake tan. There, I never seen so much fake tan people in London.
Yeah.
Everyone looks happy, being pale, a little bit green creation there underground.
Yeah, I think we've changed. Like, probably 5 years ago, there were a lot of people with a lot of fake tan. And then I think that kind of standard beauty maybe is shifting a little bit. The ideal kind of beauty has kind of changed a little bit.
Yeah, some aesthetics probably is changing. And for IOAs procedures, do you need some post-laser phase of treatment, mid-course, or something really special? So patients should be ready for that?
Not at all, really. Most of my patients who are on, let's say, prescription tretinoin, they can apply tret the day before and the day off.
Really?
Because it's so deep dermal, it doesn't affect your epidermis, and that's why it's so safe.
That's amazing. But is it important to use the skincare during the treatment? And do you have some adjustment of the skincare with your patients?
100%. So let's take melasma for an example, because I guess melasma is one of the most
common concerns.
It's common, but yet it's probably one of the most difficult to treat because there is not only the pigment problem, that's the whole inflammatory issue as well. So every time someone who has melasma comes to see me, I'm more likely than not would take them off any retinoids, which will surprise a lot of people because yes, retinoids, it can increase cell turnover, blah, blah, blah. However, it does cause a bit of inflammation, especially if you're going through the retinization stage. And with melasma, you want to stop the inflammation because that's going to be driving all the pigment problems. And very often, I would say, stop the tretinoin completely, at least for the next 6 months. And one of the most celebrated products from your range, I think, is Luminoderm. And I put all my patients who have melasma on Luminoderm and they can see good results. In combination with the laser, it's phenomenal.
For me, it was such a challenge to create the brightening skin solution without using retinol or hydroquinone or acids or all traditional classic ingredients. And I'm so happy to hear it from you. The information, it is one of the key triggers and key factors triggering inflammation and most importantly, triggering the rebound of the pigmentation after the treatment. So it's really so happy to hear it. And yeah, Luminoderm, this formula I created exactly for the active treatment because when people ask me how we treat pigmentation, my answer is always laser, it is gold standard. Because it's some types of pigmentation, yes, you can treat with a topical skincare. But the best combination, it is a laser treatment with a specific skincare. And I think it sounds really innovative because it was the situation, one or another.
Exactly. Let's talk about things like inflammation on my socials and whenever I give quotes.
I love your Instagram, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. There's been a rise of a lot of aesthetic machines that are very pro-inflammatory. So you've got your RF microneedling, high intensity focused ultrasound, and the sound waves and microwaves. It's all very inflammation based. So I had so many patients who I've seen with pigment problems post RF microneedling. And more often than not, I'm like, actually, all these things are causing you more problems that now we have to try to solve because it's driving way too much inflammation. And whilst everyone is running towards these machines, I've gone the complete opposite way. One of the machines which actually just arrived 2 days ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
New toy.
A new year, a new toy. It's very exciting. This machine is a total anti-inflammation machine. So it's called Regeneration, and I'm so excited about it. It uses a new technology called quantum molecular resonance.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy. It fires this frequency into the skin. It switches your pro-inflammatory pathway to M2 pathway. So it upregulates the M2 pathway cytokines, downregulates M1 pathway cytokines and interleukins, and also stimulates your mesenchymal dermal stem cells.
So you can revive your stem cells, right?
Exactly. But we're not relying on trauma. We're not relying on heat. We're not relying on injuring your body to try to get it to heal itself. This is true regeneration because you're not attacking your body for it to get better. You are literally just telling your body to be better.
So you're regulating your body.
Exactly.
And that's what it right says.
True skin longevity and true biohacking.
It's so interesting and it's really innovative. So it is some kind of micro vibration, how it works.
Something like that. It's like a frequency, I think it's 4 to 64 hertz. It's a combination of different frequencies which cause these kind of micro vibrations into the cellular level. And when I first went for the demo, I had a very big pimple, thankfully hidden in my hair. It was one of those very big cystic kind of pimples. And usually that takes like, a week to get better. And it leaves a mark, very irritating. So I texted the director and said, hey, can I come for a demo? I've got a very big pimple. I want to see whether this works. Did it. The next day, we went completely flat, but you could feel almost like a little tag on it. The following day, it had completely gone. And I thought,
no fibrosis, nothing.
Zero.
No change of tech. Oh my God.
And I remember thinking,
it's a revolution.
A couple of weeks later, I had another pimple right in the middle of my cheek. So I texted him again.
Once again, difficult to imagine.
I texted him again saying, can I pop by again, please? He said, of course, please come. I went, I did it, and again, in less than 2 days, completely gone. It left 0 post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, 0 post-inflammatory erythema, and I was like, I think this is a total game changer for people suffering with inflammatory skin conditions.
Yeah.
And things like inflammation-driven aging, inflammaging, this is going to help stop it. This is going to reverse things. They're doing studies on things like cellulite and stretch marks with this machine as well, and it's looking incredible.
And how often you should go for sessions to get results?
So it really depends on the level of aging that someone has. So let's say someone has advanced skin laxity and advanced kind of inflammation in the body. You can actually do it twice a week.
Oh, twice a week.
About 3 to 4 weeks course. And
like an active course.
Exactly. And then after that, you can come once every month or 2 months just for maintenance. And it's so comfortable. It actually feels, one of my patients today actually described it as, it feels like warm honey drizzled over your skin. But the heat that you feel isn't a heat from the actual machine. The heat actually comes because it's the micro vibrations between the handpiece and your skin. So you've got a little bit of dust particles and things. That's what you're feeling.
It's like this centrifugal wind on your skin. For inflammatory skin condition, you offer the active course of this treatment, for example, for acne. You combine it with skin therapy.
Exactly. So I can combine even a Rexonage with my Aerolase because you're hitting anti-inflammation with 2 different modalities. And then I send them home with a good skincare routine. I saw a lady, she's very young, she's in her very early 20s with moderate to severe acne. And we did a treatment of Aerolase earlier. And I said, you must get, I put them on your cleanser and also the EU sebum.
Yeah.
And I said, stick to these 2 products now. And then we'll review again in 2-3 weeks' time.
Oh, that's great. I love the simple 2-steps routine because the cleanser with prebiotics, which doesn't disrupt skin barrier, plus the EU skin cream, what can go wrong? 5% of niacinamide,
Exactly.
stem cells of noni and kimchi.
Mm-hmm.
I love kimchi, and I know you love kimchi too.
Yes, we bonded. I think when we met last year, that's what we bonded over because you were saying how much you love kimchi, and I'm like, oh my God, I drink kimchi juice almost every day.
Actually, I love kimchi juice as well, but I am mostly, we have this Northern European variety of kimchi. It's slightly different and not so spicy, but with apples and carrots. So it's something like this. I also love it. It's a shame that so many people doesn't know about the benefits of biofermented food, which now we are using it as an active ingredient, but for thousands of years, people been eating biofermented food. And now when I see people eating junk, it just traumatizes me. Do you discuss this problem with your patients? It's so difficult.
Absolutely. I know. I like to treat my patients holistically. So tell me about the supplements that you take. Tell me about protein shakes and things. Because a lot of them, so much dairy in it. A lot of people are not very good with dairy. Even if you're dairy intolerant, that can cause inflammation in your gut. And I treat my patients very holistically. So we look at all of these things and all these factors in their life, even lifestyle habits. Do you go to the sauna? Do you go to the steam room? If you have an inflammatory condition like acne, rosacea, melasma, you cannot go to get these heat therapy. Go to a cold plunge. I know it doesn't feel as nice, but it's going to be better for you because it's anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is so difficult because I met these problems for my life as well, because especially when I practiced. And people, they love sauna even more. Maybe because of their love to sauna, their rosacea is much more stubborn. And every time it created such a discussion. And some people, they don't expect it from aesthetic doctors. They think you should focus on the machine or injectables or just prescribe some magic skincare.
Absolutely.
But without speaking about lifestyle, it is impossible, right?
Absolutely. I think one of the big things as well, with the rise of social media, we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago about how a lot of things has just become very commercial. You see so many practitioners now promoting a lot of like even home devices like LED lights and things. But a lot of these LED lights have a lot of infrared in it, which can worsen rosacea, worsen melasma. I had a patient who came in a couple of weeks ago and she's got melasma and she said, oh, actually, I just ordered this red LED mask. And I said, are you able to return it? Because please return it. You don't need it, firstly. Secondly, it's going to worsen your rosacea.
For me, the most shocking thing is this home microneedling gadget. I've seen women who did the microneedling by themselves on a daily basis. And after they're coming to you with granulomas, rosacea, acne, premature aging, all in the same time.
Yeah.
And they don't rate it.
No, it's really quite dangerous on the topic of aesthetic practitioners promoting things on their social media. We've got all these like stamps, home stamps. What are you putting in there? Is it a mesotherapy kind of grade? Are you putting a normal kind of serum in there? It's dangerous. And home dermaplaning and things like that.
Oh my God, dermaplaning.
It's wild.
I would not even start on the dermaplaning. I'm like, why? Why on the planet Earth you decided to go for daily shaving, women? You don't need it.
It's crazy.
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
And it is so sad. And if you know how often our support and myself, we get a question, how to use your products in the combination with a microneedling at home. People just writing, in the direct and the emails. And I started to use one of your active serum, and I started to use the microneedling, and I see my skin inflamed. Yes, it wasn't designed for the microneedling. So please, if you don't listen to me, listen to Dr. Brandon.
Thank you. Yeah, don't do it. It's just not worth it. Like microneedling in itself is a great treatment, but again, you are actually causing micro trauma to the skin in hopes that you are getting regeneration or collagen induction. But why are we doing it every day? Why are we doing it every week? Once a month, once every couple of months is fine, but every week, it's a little bit too much.
Yeah. And also for all, even really low invasive adventure, I always think it is better to go to professional, because what seems to be not dangerous can be dangerous when you do it at home.
Absolutely. I've seen things like track marks, when there's a lot of, even abrasions. When you're a kid and you fall on the road, you get those like abrasions.
Yeah.
I've seen that on the face. It's wild.
Yeah, it's just wild. If you want to do something, please do it professionally. And please get an advice of the professional doctors and get it in the good hands, in the good environment, well controlled, regulated. Because it's a sad story on socials when you see literally every day people traumatized, disfigured by these aesthetic treatments, which are not aesthetic.
Exactly. And this is your face. This is your passport to the world.
Yeah, everyone will see it.
It's not worth that money, I don't think.
And speaking about your treatments, especially with iris, it's still laser treatment, despite it is gentle. But obviously, it should be some advices what you should avoid.
I think what's quite unique about this laser is that it is so gentle with the epidermis that you don't really have to have a lot of special precautions with the laser. But I always tell patients, please stay out of the sun. Regardless, you need to wear a high SPF every single day for the rest of your life and reapply. Obviously, if you're going to be using things like harsh scrubs and things like that, then
And probably you shouldn't, right? Use harsh scrubs, especially after.
no, scrubs are for your feet when you go get a pedicure, but
Right.
not.
That should be the motto. Scrubs is for your feet.
Do you remember like years ago, St. Ives?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. People were using on their face like multiple times a day. It was crazy. I'm not a big fan
And
of
people using pine stones
it's
on their face.
I don't understand. Physical exfoliation, like in a controlled environment, is fine. If like a medical microdermabrasion, for example, am I a big fan of it? Not really. Does it have its use? Probably. For someone with really severe acne scarring, a couple of times a year, it's not so bad. But
Sometimes you need it.
But you have people these days going for hydrofacials like every 2 weeks. It's going to cause a lot of broken capillaries. It's going to increase skin laxity with the vacuum. It's just way too much. I always tell patients, less is more. Save your money.
Invest in the right choice of the skincare. Invest in the real treatments, which you can do regularly, but not so often.
Absolutely.
So literally with iris treatment, for example, let's say for melasma treatment, you should go for the active course. It will take how long? Couple of months?
Yeah, about a couple of months or so. Usually for, let's say, a moderate melasma would take probably about 6 sessions or so. And I always encourage them to get your brightening luminoderm mask. Once they come to see me, sometimes I combine it with a very gentle peel. So like a very gentle kind of lactic acid peel to just brighten up the skin. And then I send them home wearing the mask because you can hook it. They jump into a taxi with the mask. I think like people in my building and people outside will probably recognize that, oh, that's Dr. Brenner's patient.
And you are on Pall Mall.
Exactly. Coming out with a mask.
My God, it should be legendary, iconic. People in the building on Pall Mall.
I actually love to have that combination. So I'll do the Aerolase Neo, do a very gentle peel, and then pop on your mask. By the time they get home in half an hour, 45 minutes, take it off.
Yeah, they take it off.
And put some luminoderm cream on, you're done.
Yeah, great. And after when everything is great and the skin even looks flawless, do they need to come back for maintaining results, or they can switch to this rejuvenating anti-inflammatory treatments?
Yeah, they can switch to other treatments. I would probably say for maintenance for melasma, if you get full clearance, it's probably a good idea to come back once every 3 months or so just to keep the melanocytes
To control it.
Exactly. As things like melasma and rosacea are not curable, but
Yeah.
we can treat the symptoms, suppress that as much as we can.
We can keep it under control.
Exactly. And
I
avoiding
think we cause remission, right? But if you can get lifelong remission, it's what we want.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a great strategy. So you start with an active course, probably 6 sessions, combined with really simple routine of the skincare, like 2 or 3 steps. Daily skincare routine and like mask weekly. And after they're coming back 3-4 times a year for energy-assisted treatment. And also they can come like once a month for regenerating anti-inflammatory treatments.
Exactly. It's funny you said it also because I just remembered last year I had a chat with my account manager. She said, Brenda, you've been with us for almost 2 years. You've only prescribed tretinoin twice. And I said, yeah, because most of my patients don't require prescription tretinoin. It's not a cure-all for every single problem. I much rather, if I were to use a retinoid for patients, much rather use it 5-6 times a week than use it once a week. They turn red, they're peeling, they're irritated.
Yeah.
It annoys everyone. Like we said earlier, it's just not for everyone either. So looking at more kind of gentle but effective treatments and skincare, I think is so important, especially in this day and age. There's a lot of consumer confusion. Often a lot of patients will come to me saying, I've got a Sephora cupboard at home. I don't know what to use. There's so much out there, help. And sometimes I like to tell them, take a photo of your cupboard and your medicine cabinet and come in for a consultation.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I remember I asked people to bring their skincare just for the inspection, but it was in the time when social has been literally non-existent. And once the woman came for the first consultation with a big bowl and bag,
Oh my God.
and after this I started to ask, take a photo. Because it had been literally 7 kilos of different products. And sometimes you consult people. I remember the consultation when the client was diagnosed with rosacea, but I discovered that during the last week, she's been using 12 types of glycolic acid-based skincare and 3 types of retinol-based skincare.
It's crazy. It's too much. It's crazy.
Yeah, and once she stopped it, her rosacea disappeared without any treatment because it was induced by the aggressive skincare. So I think it's also very important to hear to our listeners and for beauticians and skin practitioners, because many of beauticians, they are very confident, they trust in dermatologists and aesthetic doctors. And sometimes patients, they just collect prescriptions from a few doctors and influencers and Sephora in the same time. So I think the first step, you're so right, and you are saying that the first step in the consultation, it is an inspection.
Exactly. Very often when I look at someone's skin, I can immediately tell what kind of cleansers they're using. We've had a lot of chats about this before because I told you I love your cleansing mask because it's so gentle. It doesn't disrupt the skin barrier. I think a lot of aesthetic doctors and practitioners would say, oh, you know what? You need to use this cleanser because it's going to remove the oil. It's going to stop your skin from being so oily. What they're doing is actually making it worse. I always say that a cleanser is 50% of your whole skincare routine.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably the most important part of your skincare routine because you get that wrong, you're going to get lots of issues. You get your cleanser right, everything else will be fine after.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you, because when people ask me what is the product, if I can buy only one product, what it should be, I always say, please buy cleanser. And people, they are always under the charm of some magic cream. And as we can see, there are a lot of women who are just trying to buy some magic serum, 500 pounds, because it should save me from everything. But invest in cleanser in the first place.
Absolutely. I've had a patient with probably say mild to moderate acne, And she said, I've seen this doctor, that doctor, that doctor. I've come to you because I saw you do the aerolase. So I said, okay, what treatments have you done before? And she goes, I've done like a lot of other kind of acne-based lasers. And I said, did they work? A little bit. They worked for a couple of weeks and then they came back. And I said, what kind of skincare are you using? And she said the two most dreaded words in my clinic, foaming cleanser.
Oh,
I basically said, use that.
Diabetes shower gel.
I said, don't throw it away. It's money. Use it underarms, back and chest, but don't use it on your face. Because, it's just so stripping. You're destroying your skin barrier. And a healthy skin barrier means you're going to get a nice glow. Your texture is going to get better. Your products are going to absorb better. Makeup is going to sit better. You get a glass skin.
Yeah, you'll have this normal, natural glass skin effect without applying some filmmaking agent on your skin to recreate the glass. Because it has the skin. It's reflecting the light.
Exactly.
And I love so much your approach. It is innovative, but in the same time, it's so physiological. And it looks like, for some people, it can look a bit, not to say old-fashioned, but it is not aggressive.
No.
It's these famous doctors of the pastime era. They've been looking for the natural solutions for their passions. And we can use natural approach, but staying innovative, using new technology.
We've gone down the whole different route, that everyone's going so harsh. And we've gone gentle. I spoke to a journalist the other day and she said, what's on the cards for 2026? So I said, I want to buy an anti-inflammation machine. And she was like, but everyone else is on the other harsher kind of lasers and things. And she said, you beat to the beat of your own drum. And I said, yes. Why should I follow everyone else? Your face and your skin shouldn't be treated with things that are trending. They should be treated with things that are safe and works with your own body.
Yeah, we really embrace your body nature and help to restore the health, to restore the resilience.
Exactly.
I love it so much, and thank you so much for investing time.
Of course.
For speaking with passions, with journalists, with me on the podcast. I really appreciate that you accepted my invitation because I know how tired you are after the long day of work, because now it is a late evening. Right? How many patients did you have?
I think I had 12 patients today.
Patients?
Yeah. A couple of them were consults. So my new patients, I do 1 hour for my consultations plus treatment, because I think, as we know, consultation is probably the most important part of a patient's journey. So I invest a lot of time into my consultations.
Now that's so different because there's so many aesthetic practitioners who say, I don't have time to speak about skincare. I don't have time to speak about lifestyle. I don't have time to answer all the stupid questions. So I just want all our listeners to understand that first of all, if you are in London, you can get a consultation and treatment by Dr. Brandon. Please say us how to find you in London, how to book an appointment.
You guys can visit my website, www.drbrendankhong.com, or you can
we'll put it in the description of the episode.
Absolutely. Or you can email us at hello@drbkclinic.com.
Yeah, it would be the great solution to invest in your skin. So rosacea, melasma, acne, age-related skin changes, sun damage. So literally everything. You can get a real treatment and to get a prescription for the skincare and lifestyle advices. And let's finish on the really short blitz. I'm so interested. It's if you can name 3 of your favorite skincare ingredients.
Ooh, okay.
I know it's tricky.
Yes. So first, I would say peptides. It's so funny I say peptides because I just had an interview with British Vogue about peptides, really. Peptides are your building blocks of the skin, and you can stimulate your fibroblast cells, but without the peptides, that's your ingredient to build your collagen. You think of a lot of treatments as like the foreman at a work site. telling people you need to build a house, but your peptides are the bricks. So they are ingredients. So I love peptides, which to me is one of the best things ever. Second would be SPF. I am...
Oh, yeah, I expected you to say it. I know how important it is for your practice.
SPF is probably so important. Reapply. The best SPF is the one that you actually will use. There's so many on the market these days. Find something that you actually really love using.
What is your favorite?
Ooh, I love this one. It's by Coslab Laze. This is a South Korean brand that it is professional only, and it's distributed by Mina Lee, a facialist here in London, who's a very good friend of mine. This is very hydrating. It leaves no white cast. It leaves a beautiful glow on the skin.
It's such a blur effect, right?
This blurs the skin and makes it so glowy. All my patients love this. I never let my patients leave my clinic without SPF, especially obviously if it's bright. So yeah, leaves a beautiful glow on the skin.
Oh, thank you for this advice, because my favorite it is Shiseido and Ultrasun, but definitely I should try this one. So next time I am in London, please count on me. I will restock it. And the third ingredient.
I think you will love this as well. It's our Centella Asiatica.
Oh, yes. I love it so much.
Soothing, often overlooked, but I think it's getting a revival recently. It's just very skin barrier supporting, and how I feel about skin barrier health. Yeah.
Biochemically, it's so unique. And I have one product which is literally the mono formulation based on the Centella only. And we are buying Centella from Madagascar, so it is a high concentration. And some people say like, oh my God, I'm disappointed. It's so simple, just Centella. You cannot say just Centella. Centella is what is used for lepra treatment and for skin tuberculosis treatment. Dozens of years, it's probably one of the very few efficient treatments of the skin tuberculosis.
Because in your Soin Apex, is it?
Yeah, in Swan Apex, where I am using 0.89% of Centella, 0.9, it is already tuberculosis pharma treatment. I am going just a little bit lower, and I am such a big advocate of Centella.
I think I prescribe this Soy Apex to all my patients with rosacea, and they can actually feel that cooling sensation on the skin. It's great.
Oh, thank you. It's so natural. It's absolutely natural formulation.
Mm-hmm.
It is all about the quality of the Centella and the quantity of the Centella in the formulation. I'm so happy you named it, because Centella will be amongst my favorite three as well, but I'm always so tempted by niacinamide. I love niacinamide.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also, it's so difficult to choose just three of them.
I know.
And maybe another blitz question. Someone wants to make just one change in their routine tomorrow. What you suggest?
Take your foaming cleansers and use it for your armpits.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
So please note it. The best recommendation from Dr. Brandon Khong. And if you're in London, book an appointment. And I suppose people can get online consultation with you from other parts of the world, right?
Absolutely. I do offer virtual consultations as well. We chat about a lot of things. It's a half-an-hour appointment for those. And yeah, come and see me.
Yeah, that's amazing. So highly recommended.
Thank you.
Dr. Brandon Khong, the king of glow.
Thank you.
And really the doctor who represents the new generation.
Thank you so much.
Of aesthetic medicine. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today on the Meder Beauty podcast. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an expert skincare tip. Have a question or topic you'd like for me to cover? Send me a message at podcast@mederbeauty.com and let's keep the conversation going. Also, you can visit mederbeauty.com and discover Meder Skincare, which I created. And if you enjoyed the show, I'd love if you left a review. It helps others find the podcast and keeps us growing. Until next time, stay healthy, stay glowing, and take care of your skin.